Welcome to Everyday Woman, and it's Monday. We are living in control and living in control of our money. Now, I was surprised to learn Money Magazine had an article saying that couples fight twice as much about money than they do about sex. That really blew me away. So, Holly, I wanted to ask you, you know, couples talk so much about the wedding date and all of the fun stuff, but should they really be laying down their credit reports before they say I do?
You know, I was surprised about that too, because I know I did many years ago. I mean, that was important to me. I wanted somebody, I wanted to know how he paid his bills. Was he good at it? Was he on time? Because when you get together, one person, I mean, it's hard to do it all, and to keep it all in line and know where it's at and that kind of thing. So it shocked me too, but I guess they're just living in the moment and in love.
I know. It's hard. And, you know, you need to enjoy that period too, but you need to know what you're walking into. So let's open up the dialogue a little bit. Stacey, you know, I'm hearing more and more of women and feminists, and I consider myself a feminist, but so many more women now, you know, to take charge are having their own separate bank account. Do you think it's a wise move for couples to have separate bank accounts?
I don't think that there's a one-size-fits-all formula. You have to know your relationship and you have to know your situation. In our household, we combine everything. I have a little something account. He has a little one, but that's just for incidentals. But we put everything together. So I don't come half of the mortgage and he doesn't. But you have to know your situation. If you have a partner who doesn't manage money well, I highly recommend that you have an account so the whole family, the whole structure does not go underwater. So it's no one size fits all. It's what's best for your situation.
You know, and I know that as far as with the struggle with money, half of it is this, people come to it with, you know, different value systems and different way they manage money. Jezlan, do you think half the fights are, you know, what if one spouse is a great budgeter and is, you know, always on track, and the other is, you know, carefree and living large? What kind of a trouble does that spell?
It depends on how much money you make. At the end of the day, you can spend as much as you want if you have as much as you want, right? However, you know, looking back at my past relationships, when it came to money, it was all fine and I could spend when the relationship was good. Then when there was issues, he would hold that over my head. Well, I'm making more, I'm contributing more, when you're contributing as much as you can. And I think a lot of it comes down to not only issues with money, but other issues in the relationship that just come out through money. You know what I mean?
But you know, I don't really think it's about, you know, how much money you make, because I think couples, no matter what range they're at, they're always, you know, there's always a power struggle, because, you know, when you have more money, you're spending more money. So you're still having that, you know, kind of living paycheck to paycheck, not necessarily for the billionaires out there, but still, you know, they're thinking about where their money is going. But what about with couples who, you know, there's an insistence on, you know, one person needing to work and not needing to work? You know, with a couple, you're looking for that freedom maybe. And do you think, Cinderella, it's fair for someone to expect the other person to work? How do you think it's the best way to manage that?
I don't think that people should necessarily create expectations. I think that I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that. I think that should be discussed, you know, prior to the relationship, and that you guys should kind of agree, like, on the values, like I said at the beginning.
I think that she makes an excellent point, and that's what happened. In the beginning, we're not doing enough conversation. We're just in love. Oh, he's so beautiful. But these things, being married 20 plus years, if you don't handle them in the beginning, they will come back to you. So my husband and I started out, we both were going to work. What if I woke up one day and said, I no longer want to work? That changed the whole dynamics of the household.
Well,
you have to talk about that.
Yeah, honestly, and that is what happened to me. I was very much someone who, you know, I love working. I was always out there. And my husband, you know, was more a creative writer and wanted freedom. And so we talked about, you know, we were going to have our 10 kids. He didn't quite agree with that, but I did.
So you stopped at 9.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, he was going to be the stay-at-home dad. And I was excited about that setup. But once we got to that stage, we both realized that's not exactly what we wanted.
Things change.
And even for me, I'm really surprised that, you know, I've wanted to be home with my son. Whereas I thought, you know, I'm going to be fine having him daycare all the time, and, you know, I'm going to be working my corporate job. But I think the main thing that runs people in trouble is that they're not willing to be flexible. That things change. And can you still respect that person?
And circumstances pop up that you don't plan for, an illness or somebody can't work.
It's not one conversation, it's an ongoing dialogue about money in your relationship at all times.
Day-to-day effort.
Absolutely.
I know, and that's the hard part. And some couples, you know, are just not able to make that long-term commitment, or just aren't able to be flexible.
Right.
That's true.
Well, we'll have more conversation on money and money matters with more on Every Way Woman.
That's true. A lot of people don't.